He created a band that went multi-platinum, scoring Grammys, and opened for Ozzy Osbourne.
A founding father of Korn, the industry was left speechless after Brian Head Welch traded it all for God. His story today on The Revolution.
Welcome to The Revolution, a show with killer music and razor-sharp truth. I'm George.
And I'm Kat. Earlier this year, we met ex-guitarist from Korn, Brian Head Welch, and we were blown away at how down-to-earth this mega rock star really was. He was joking about how he spends his time now. He's supporting his daughter's Justin Bieber fever.
That's right, it was real surreal. I mean, I was a huge Korn fan back in the day before I came to know the Lord. And just being there and getting to know his story, and now seeing he's on fire for God, it's pretty amazing.
Brian Head Welch, the complex story of his outrageous fame and his inner demons in just a moment. But first, lock and load.
I can only imagine the making of Brian Head Welch. I mean, up to 2005, he was just literally the prototypical rock star, leading Korn to Grammy nominations and wins and multi-platinum sales. And then out of nowhere, he finds God and then just resigns from the band.
But he made it clear that he's still going to make music, but his new mission now is to change the youth of the nation. Here's Brian Head Welch.
They were in a band, like I said, like it sounded like Alice in Chains meets Chili Peppers. And they had this singer, you know, that was kind of Alice in Chainsy, and I was just hanging out with them. And I was so sick of being broke and like being their guitar tech. I was like, I'm gonna move back to Baco. I'm gonna work at Chevron. And so it's like I cut my hair and everything. And then they asked me to join. They said, don't move, dude. Come and join and jam with us. And I was like, oh wow, if I'm gonna play music, man, I'll probably stay. I was like, dang, I shouldn't have cut my hair, but I'm gonna stay. So yeah, we jammed and we formed that band Creep. It's called Creep. And then we didn't really get along with the singer, so we let him go. And we found Jonathan Davis about 8 months later. And we got together with him. We were downtown at Huntington Beach Pier. And he came up with the name Korn, Jonathan did. One of them was like the Children of the Korn vibe, you know, just to like scare, you know, the kids, like stuff like that. Because he sang a lot about child abuse and stuff like that. So it was just kind of like that take on it. So and it was weird. We were like, Korn with a K? And then somebody came up with the R backwards. We were like, yeah, Jonathan did. So it's like child abuse, like a little kid drawn with a crayon and they misspell, you know, so the R's backwards. So it just happened like that. We're like, let's do it. We got this guy that helped manage us and we like plastered these Korn logo stickers all over Huntington Beach. And it just kind of exploded at Huntington Beach and we went to LA. Label started checking us out. We got signed and hit the road and just grew it. Well, I'd say like the third tour in when we were like on tour with Ozzy Osbourne, opening for Ozzy, and it's like that guy was I had posters of him all over my room, you know, and here he was, like he bought us champagne, him and Sharon, and like when our album went gold, and it was just like wow, crazy. And then like our second album came out, hit number 3 on Billboard, and that was like what's going on here. And then the third album like shot to number 1 MTV videos, like number 1 videos, 2 couple Grammys, couple MTV awards, sat behind Eminem at the VMAs and Dr. Dre. I'm like always a Dre fan, you know, and I'm like surreal life, you know. J-Lo's over here, Christina Aguilera and Tommy Lee like present our award to us. It's like just total surreal life. But every time like it felt like all this glamour, you know, it always got dark. Like after the VMAs, like me and my wife like went to a party. There's Paul McCartney was there, Madonna. It was just a small party, but someone busted out the coke and then our good time just went away. And then we were like fighting. We got in a bad fight that night, and just that's how life was. It was like I got to the height, but there was always just major drama going on too. So it's like it was never just like, oh, this is great, we're happy. I was lost. but I had everything that anybody could ever want, but I was totally lost. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Head Welch, and this is The Revolution.
All right, guys, don't forget to visit us online, therevolutiontv.com. There you're going to find our 24/7 video channel. You can find all your favorite bands there. And if you need anything, reach out to us. Just send us an email. We'll reach right back. Remember, you're not alone.
Korn guitarist Brian Head Welch was about to have a Saul to Paul moment. Life had been bittersweet as a rock idol. He'd had never-ending drugs and money, but his marriage was run on addictions. But then, here's Brian Head Welch.
Here's what it boils down to. In Korn, I had everything I ever wanted on the outside. I had the cars, the houses, the money, all that stuff. But inside, I was lost, I was scared, I was drinking and doing drugs because I didn't like me. So inside, I was a wreck. But now on the outside, I don't have all those things. Like, I mean, I got a nice car and all that, but I don't have all the money, and things aren't as easy that way for me anymore. But inside, I'm like totally, like, I feel like the richest person on the earth. I got this glory inside of me, you know, that lives, and I experience God, and it's like, it's not some just like, oh, I was so bad, I need to be good now. It's like, I experience, like it says in the Bible that Jesus gave, that he gives us the glory that the Father gave him, and the glory is in us, and it's tangible. You can feel, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, and if someone's like listening going, what do you mean? Like, you got to dive into that and develop your personal relationship with Christ, because he lives in you. And it's the best feeling I've ever had in my whole life, compared to any of the riches, like the cars and the houses and all that and the fame. Oh, it was just the worst time in my whole life. I was like, me and my wife got in so bad fights, you know. She ended up splitting and got hooked up with all these crazy skinhead dudes, and just totally ransacked my life. And I tried to get clean. I tried to become this person, like this single guy, you know, and I tried to live the rock star life, and that didn't work out. Then I fell into drugs, and I mean, I did everything except heroin. I used to have like 300 Xanax in my closet, a big old bottle. I got hooked on Vicodins at one point during that period. It was taking like 17 a day, and then I went to coke, and then I ended up crystal meth for 2 years, everyday addiction. And I had all kinds of like piles of 8 balls in my closet because I had so much money, you know. I could, you know, meth isn't even that expensive. So I was so addicted that I had all these different types from this dealer and that dealer, and I risked my safety and my freedom by taking the drugs overseas when I toured with Korn. Nobody knew I was hooked on meth, but that was the darkest time of my life ever. I wanted to die. I wanted to live for my kid, but I didn't know what to teach her because I had everything I ever wanted and I was miserable. So I was like, I'd just rather be dead and gone, you know, because someone else would do better for her.